The race for the American League East title is heating up, and with just one weekend remaining, the stakes couldn't be higher. This season, the New York Yankees and the Toronto Blue Jays have faced off 13 times, each team exchanging crucial victories that have shifted the momentum in the division. Both teams have experienced significant leads, with the Yankees overcoming a 5-game deficit to the Blue Jays in just the last 10 days. Currently, Toronto sits at the top of the standings due to a tiebreaker, but as they head into the final 3 games, both teams share identical records. As the Yankees and Blue Jays gear up for this pivotal weekend, let's delve into the final stretch that will ultimately determine the division champion, and the challenges each team must navigate as they approach the postseason. Blue Jays 91-68. Kevin Gausman is poised to take the mound on Sunday if the division remains undecided by then. Matt Crone, Getty Images. Current situation. The Blue Jays managed to break a week of struggles and offensive drought with a decisive 6-1 victory over the Boston Red Sox on Thursday. With 3 games left against the Tampa Bay Rays, they still hold the power to dictate their own fate. If they can at least match the Yankees' wins this weekend, they will clinch the AL East title and secure a bye in the playoffs. Best case scenario, should the Blue Jays emerge as division champions, it would mark their first East title in a decade and grant them a much-coveted bye in the postseason. This extra time off would be invaluable, allowing key players like Chris Bassett, recovering from back issues, and Bo Bichette, dealing with a knee sprain, to return to full strength. Bassett is set to resume throwing on Friday, while Bichette has started hitting in the batting cage, although he still shows signs of injury. The Jays have faced a tough history, having lost 6 consecutive wild-card games. These last 3 regular season matchups present a golden opportunity to finally bypass that challenging round. Worst-case scenario. The nightmare scenario for Toronto would be to lose the division title in the final week of the season, dropping out of the top spot for the first time since July 1. However, an even graver concern looms for Sunday. If the Blue Jays find themselves in a position where the division is still undecided on the last day, they will likely rely on Gausman. A loss in that crucial game could mean entering the wild-card series without their ace, especially since Shane Bieber wouldn't be available until Game 2. This could leave the team relying on a struggling Max Scherzer and rookie Trey Yesavage for 2 of the 3 potential wild-card starts. While this scenario is unlikely, it would certainly spell disaster for Toronto. Key consideration, this weekend. The Blue Jays face a critical decision. Should they go all out for the division title, or keep an eye on the upcoming postseason? Will they play Alejandro Kirk in every game, despite having given him regular rest throughout the season? How will they manage their key bullpen arms with a potential wild-card series looming on Tuesday? And will they choose to start Gausman on Sunday, even if a win doesn't guarantee them a bye? While the division remains the ultimate goal for Toronto, securing a wild-card spot is still a pathway to the playoffs. They must avoid entering October with depleted resources. It's a tough balance, said manager John Schneider. Is it a little bit of a safety net? Yeah, but you want to try to get there in a good way. Mitch Bannon. Yankees 91-68. How aggressively will manager Aaron Boone pursue the division title? Greg Fumey, Getty Images. Current situation. The Yankees need to win 1 more game than the Blue Jays this weekend to claim the division title. The runner-up in the AL East has already secured home field advantage in the wild-card round. Best-case scenario? For the Yankees, clinching a bye would be monumental. Although they are healthier than they have been all season, this would provide Aaron Judge, recovering from a right flexor strain, with additional time to rehabilitate and potentially restore his once powerful arm in right field. It would also allow shortstop Anthony Volpe to continue his recovery from a partially torn labrum in his left shoulder. Furthermore, a well-rested bullpen, which includes Luke Weaver, Devin Williams, and Tim Hill, would be crucial for the challenges of October. Manager Aaron Boone would also appreciate the extra time off for his top two starting pitchers, Max Fried and Carlos Rodon, both of whom have logged 33 starts this season. The Yankees enjoyed a bye last season, and despite some rust, it didn't hinder their journey to the World Series. Worst-case scenario. The worst-case scenario would involve the Baltimore Orioles playing spoiler. Although they have nothing to gain, the Orioles seem determined to finish strong, planning to start their top two pitchers, Trevor Rogers, 9-2, 1.35 ERA, and Kyle Bradish, 1-1, 2.25, on Friday and Sunday, respectively, with Tomoyuki Sugano, 10-9, 4.54, taking the mound on Saturday. The Yankees recently took 3 out of 4 games from the Orioles in Baltimore, which should bolster their confidence. However, the ultimate disaster would be entering Sunday with a chance to seize the division from the Blue Jays, only to see starter Luis Gil struggle and the bullpen get overworked in a loss, leaving them with just Monday to recover before the wild card series begins. Key consideration this weekend: how aggressively will Boone push the Yankees, knowing that resting some of his star players before the playoffs could be beneficial? While the odds may not favor the Yankees in clinching the division, the title is still within reach. If you get to Sunday, and depending on circumstances and everything, so be it, Boone stated. But right now, nothing changes, other than we've got to go try and get a win Friday. That's how we look at it. Brendan Cootie, Red Sox, 87-72. The Red Sox fell out of the race for the division title following Thursday's loss in Toronto. As they head into their final regular season series against the Detroit Tigers at Fenway Park, they have a playoff berth to secure. A single win or a loss by the Houston Astros will guarantee the Red Sox a spot in October, where they could potentially face one of their division rivals again. Jed McCaffrey, top photo of Andrés Giménez and Ben Rice, Jim McIsaac, Getty Images.